Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Damian Talks Education titled Juneteenth, Celebrating Freedom and Legacy.
Hello. We may not have met before, but I've been around for a while, beckoning to be celebrated, to be recognized, to be honored as a part of history. For over 150 years, I've been crying out from the dirt of Texas, crying out from the fields of Mississippi, crying out from the farms of Georgia, crying out. The sound of my name looks the history of this land in the eyes and sees it for what it is: evil, long-suffering, and glossed over in the books you read as children. How could I be missed? How could we still celebrate the racist and killers and cheaters, yet fail to mention those whom they murdered, cheated, and discriminated against? How could I be missed? The sound of my name is one that brings reflection, renewal, and pride. So why have you never heard of me? Did the news fail to reach your homes like it did my people that were toiling in the fields of the South? Did you choose to ignore me like the men that kept my people working that Texas dirt? Why have you never heard of me? The sound of my name is one that rises up out of the ashes of those it celebrates. A joyous song sung by young and old, black and white, rich and poor. The depth of emotion resembling that of those who walked off that Texas field for the last time in 1865. My name is one that should be recognized and remembered, so that we can learn, so that we can grow, so that we can grieve, so that we can mourn, so that we can hope. So whether this is our first time meeting or one encounter in the line of many, my name is Juneteenth.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Bring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let us march on till victory. Let us march on till victory. Let us march on till victory is won.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Damian Talks Education, the show where we connect the classroom to real life and dive into the conversations that matter most. Yes. I'm your host, Damian Anderson here, and today we're talking about something that's so very powerful, something that is real, something historic, and something that's deeply rooted in the soul of our nation, which is Juneteenth.
This is the pen that President Biden used to sign Juneteenth into law. I'm Opal Lee, and I've had this marvelous day at the White House. The young people would say, it's off the chain. I knew I was coming because Juneteenth had been made a national holiday, and the president was signing the bill into law, and I was invited to the signing of that bill.
Looking out across this room, I see the advocates, the activists, the leaders who have been calling for this day for so long. including the one and only Miss Opal Lee.
Over the course of decades, she's made it her mission to see that this day came. She's walked for miles and miles, literally and figuratively, to bring attention to Juneteenth, to make this day possible.
You cannot imagine how joyful, how humble, how magnificent the whole thing has been. There may be some of you who don't know what Juneteenth is. The enslaved in Texas were told they were free for 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation freed them. They'd watch in their churches and they'd pray for freedom to come. And it finally did. When General Gordon Granger and 7,000 colored troops from New Jersey and New York made their way to Galveston, Texas. And he read General Order Number 3 that said all slaves are free. When those people came in from their labor and somebody read that to them, we started celebrating, and we've been celebrating ever since. Juneteenth is not a Texas thing. It's not a black thing. We're talking about freedom for everyone.
Now, you might have heard of Juneteenth recently, maybe from social media, school, or companies giving the day off, right? But Juneteenth is not new. It is not new. It has been celebrated, get this right here, for over 150 years, especially in Black communities across the United States. So today, I'm going to be digging into what Juneteenth truly means, why it matters in this country, and also in the world of education, and how we can honor its legacy today into forever. Not just with a day off, okay? But with purpose, with action, with awareness and purpose, with vision, with action, with awareness. Keep saying that again, with purpose, awareness, and action behind all of it. So yes, so this is DTE Juneteenth. Celebrate freedom and legacy. So let's get started. So let's start with the basics, right? Some of you are probably questioning, what is Juneteenth? Because some of you guys may not have heard of it. And for some of you guys, sorry I have to say it, but you have been living under a rock. If I have to say like that, then I have to say like that. So I'm going to give you guys the basic. What is Juneteenth? Well, Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day or Emancipation Day, it marks June 19, 1865, the day Union troops arrived in Gallatin, Texas, and finally informed enslaved African Americans that they were free. That was 2.5 years after President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. So let that sink in. Just let that sink in for just a moment. 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Again, 2.5 years. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Wow. Now, freedom had already been declared, but it took that long. Really? It took that long for it to reach all enslaved people. Yes. Yes. Now, that delay, it speaks volumes. Of course it does. Of course it does. About the barriers to justice, even after passing laws, right? And it's also a reminder that freedom isn't just, listen to what I'm about to say here. Please listen. It's a reminder that freedom isn't just declared, it has to be enforced, it has to be protected, and it has to be understood. Yes, all of the above, all of the above. So that is what Juneteenth is. Yeah, just let that sink in. Let that sink in for a lot of you guys out there. Just let that sink in. What does that tell you? What does that tell us with the American people? What does that tell us? It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. So let's get into, why does Juneteenth matter now in today's society, now more than ever? Because there's a lot who don't even care about this holiday. Quite frankly, they really don't. But I'm going to tell you why this day, Juneteenth, is important. And then may refresh your mind, perhaps. Hopefully it does. So why does Juneteenth matter now? Well, because history does not just live in textbooks. It does not. It lives in us. Did you hear me what I said? History does not live in textbooks. It lives inside of us. We are the future. We are the ones who are leaving a legacy behind. And what is that legacy that we are leaving behind in this world, in this nation? That's a question that you need to ask yourself. Acknowledging Juneteenth means acknowledging the resilience, the struggle, and the triumph of Black Americans, not just in the past, but also in the present and in the future. Now, in schools, Juneteenth is a powerful opportunity to teach truthful history. Truthful history. Truthful history. And you guys know they are erasing Black history from schools. What is wrong with our country trying to eliminate Black history from schools? They're trying to make us go backwards, right? They are trying to make us go backwards, and we're not going backwards. We are not going back. We are not going back. We are not going back, because we are here to stay. So watch out. Watch out. So this is not just the sanitized version, okay? But the full picture, the pain, the resilience, and the progress. It's a time to uplift Black voices, to hear Black voices, to uplift. And it's time for us to hear Black voices in this country, in this nation today, to celebrate Black joy, and to push for equity in the systems we live and learn in. Oh yes, it's been time. It's been time. The time is now. The time is now. And it's also a chance. Get this. Hear me when I say this here. It is also a chance for us to ask ourselves this question: what does freedom mean today? And for whom? What does freedom mean today? And for whom? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that in this present moment right now. What does freedom mean for you today? And for whom does it mean for? That's a wake-up call. That's a wake-up call. That's a wake-up call. So that's why Juneteenth matters. It had mattered in the past. It matters today. And it matters in the future. Come on. Are you hearing me? I don't think you are. I don't think you are. So we don't need to erase Black history from schools. Because our students needs to learn. I'm going to just leave that there. I'm going to just leave that there. Because what is happening into the world today, oh, it is awful. It is awful of what you know who is doing. And he told you guys. He told all of us what his plans was, right? We didn't want to believe him. Oh, he's not going to do that. He can't. He can't do that. He did everything so far of what's in Project 2025 that some of you guys didn't even read or look through. And now you've seen the things that he has done. Oh, you guys are, oh, it was. I don't need to hear from you guys. I don't need to. Because we told you from day one what he was going to do. And if you had listened, we would not be in this mess today, right? We would not be. So it's all on you. It's all on you. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about you know who. But let's get back into Juneteenth, right? So how schools can honor Juneteenth? How can our schools honor Juneteenth better? I'm going to tell you. So educators, please listen, because this part is for you. Juneteenth is not just a one-day topic. No, absolutely not. It is a yearly thing. 365 days. It should be taught yearly in schools. It should be taught every day. In my view, in my opinion, it can be a part of your curriculum, your culture, and your community engagement. All year long. All year long. Don't be scared. Teach it. Teach the truthful history. You should be ashamed. I don't know why you would be ashamed of it. I wouldn't be. So here are a few ways schools and classrooms can honor Juneteenth meaningfully. So please jot these down, educators, and not just only to the educators, parents, students, whoever is watching this, jot this down because this can help you. And you can spread this, you can share this with others. So of course, the number one, teach the history. Teach the history. So use primary sources that are reliable, right? That are trustworthy. You can use documentaries, literature, and art to explore the realities of slavery and emancipation. Use credible sources. Use sources that are accurate and correct. So you can know what's the basic. So you can know what's the knowledge. So you can know, okay, I know this. I could help somebody into this, right? I could teach somebody, right? I could teach my students, right? I could do, because I have credible sources. So teach the history. Teach the history. Our next is center Black voices. Center Black voices. Invite local speakers. Share stories of Black inventors, scholars, and activists. Absolutely, because Black voices, they are real and they exist. It doesn't have to be anybody, famous. It could be somebody, in your, just like I said, local, in your local communities, in your environment. Somebody that has the knowledge, somebody that has been, doing the real work from day one, who has been, it has been, a challenging time for them. It has been a struggle. They keep on keeping on. They keep on keeping on. They're making history. They're changing the culture. They are changing the narrative. Invite those people. Invite those people into your schools. Let them talk with your students. And it will make an impact, trust me. Once they listen, it's going to change. It's going to turn the light bulb on in their head. Oh, this is fascinating. All this, I didn't know this. And then they're going to stop doing, then they're going to stop, in my view, they're going to stop, like, you've been, they're going to stop doing that. And they're going to really feel like sorry for themselves, like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry you went through this, right? Because you know how our students are today, like they don't really care about stuff. I said some students. Now, some students, they really are, deeply care. They know right from wrong. They know, where they came from. They know how hard it was from their parents, their grandparents, from generation down, right? But some of them, they don't care. They don't care. But trust and believe when I say this here, once they hear from people of how the struggle was, it's going to be a wake-up call for them. It's going to be a wake-up call for them. So center Black voices inside of your classroom. All right, our next is celebrate the culture. Celebrate the culture. We have to highlight music, all music, food, poetry, transitions that stem from African American heritage. Yeah. Absolutely. So we had to highlight all the music. We had to highlight all the backgrounds of foods because food means a lot to people. It really does. Because, one specific food means something to that particular person of how they grew up. What does that mean? Right? Poetry. Right? The list goes on and on. We have to celebrate the culture. We have to. Because if we don't celebrate our culture, what will our nation be today? I'm just leaving you with that question. What will our nation be today? It will be turned upside down. I'll tell you that much. Then let's make connections. Let's make connections with people. Let's relate Juneteenth to modern civil rights issues, voting rights, justice reform, and equity in education. Absolutely. We have to make connections with people to get a better understanding, right? Because that's the only way. Yes, it's fine from time to time to do it on your own, but you need a village. You need someone behind you, standing right beside you. So make connections. There's nothing wrong with making connections. It's not going to make you feel bad. It's not going to make you feel weak. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Get that out of your head. It's not going to make you feel weak. Look, I'm trying to do this on my own. Okay. That's totally fine. Nobody's not saying that you could do this on your own. If you want to, okay. But there's nothing wrong with getting a little help, right? There's nothing wrong with getting a little help. And then finally, let's encourage reflection. Let students, hear me while I say this here. Let students express what freedom means to them through writing, discussion, or art, having a conversation, right? Because our student voice matters as well, just like Black voices. Our students' voice, they matter inside a classroom. So we need to let them express their thoughts, express their feelings. Because they have opinions. They have opinions, and we should not shut down their opinions at all. Make them feel unseen. No, we need to make them feel seen, that they are heard, that they matter. Because our students are our futures. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Now, because real education isn't just about facts, it's about empathy. It's about truth. It's about building a future where every student, just like I just got through saying, is seen, heard, and valued. Because they are. Because they are. Everything is about empathy. Everything is about truth. Everything is about building a future for our students and for everybody. Building a better tomorrow. Let's build a better tomorrow for all of us. Let's do that. Let's do that. Because if we do that, we will be shaping the next generation and a generation after that coming after us, right? Of course. Of course. Now, as we celebrate Juneteenth, let's remember that it's not just a moment in history. It's a movement. A call to remember the past and reckon with the present and reimagine the future. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And for all of us, students, teachers, parents, leaders, this is the work. This is the work that we have to do together. Together as a union. This is the journey. And this is the conversation. So I want to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Truly, I thank you for tuning in to this special episode of Damian Talks Education. And I hope that, you walk away with a deeper understanding of what Juneteenth truly means. A renewed commitment to celebrating freedom and honoring legacy every single day. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if you found this episode meaningful, please, please, please share it with a friend. Share it with a fellow educator or a student. Share it to whoever needs this here. Because quite frankly, we all need this. We all need this. And let's keep the conversation going, because this conversation does not stop here today. It's a continuum. It keeps happening. So let's keep this conversation going. All right? Can you promise me with that? I really hope so. And until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and as always, keep talking education. And this has been a DTE special celebrating freedom and legacy, Juneteenth.
Are you born with it? Is it God-given? Or is there a cost to be free? The Constitution said we were 3/5 human. How can it be? Democracy built on stolen land. Freedom is a right, not a privilege. Freedom from false restrictions. Skin color, birthplace, respect the ways we're all different. Let's take it back about 100 years. Quick, let me paint this picture. America in the Civil War, no Marvel movie, this history. President Lincoln had a plan to end slavery only in the South. But black folks, when they heard about it, start spreading that word of mouth. Picked up arms and joined the Union to fight for their own freedom. The colored troops helped win the war, gave the proclamation new meaning. Yeah, you better believe it.
Do you know the story of Juneteenth? When the enslaved found out that they were free. 2 years after 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation.
Justice. When have we seen it and known it? Who are the ones who have grown it? Took it from notion to showing what's up. Let's talk about soldiers who were free, risking their lives for people like me. All the camp folk they may never know. Took a lead that we all could follow. Following the call for what? Justice. Figured the land it was for the enslaved. When you think about this proclamation, the emancipation is knowing that we were the brave. 200,000 soldiers organizing, women and children home strategizing. Paid for protests, learned to address the power of truth and the culture uprising.
Do you know the story of Juneteenth? When the enslaved found out that they were free. 2 years after 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation.
Can't stop that joy.
Freedom is not individual, it's collective.
Can't stop that joy.
Freedom is not individual, it's collective. Freedom is not individual, it's collective. Freedom is not individual. When you think about Juneteenth, remember how we freed ourselves, how we stayed prepared. We will prevail, cause we tipped the scales, closing all the jails, and we will not fail. You believe, you dream, you move, you serve.
For those who pass for our culture, no one left behind, we can be sure. We stand, we rise, we on that joy ride. We stand, we rise, we on that joy ride. We stand, we rise, we on that joy ride. We on that joy ride.
Now you know the story of Juneteenth, when the last enslaved knew that they were free. We led ourselves to victory.